Alright guys, so totally never put the microphone on when I recorded this one. So here I am doing a voiceover for it because I promise you it is an awesome kick-ass bar workout and I just want you guys to have this one. So bear with the voiceover. What I'm telling you about right now is that we're using the wall and absolutely no props for this video. So you don't need anything, no weights, nothing, but we are going to work the arms. And if you want, you could lean on a counter or a chair, but I'm just going to use the wall. And the other thing I was saying was make sure when we're using our arms to keep the arms up, elbows up high, not dropping them down because you'll lose the work in the deltoids, and don't let the arms be floppy, right? So that's pretty much what I'm saying. And then I'm going to start with some warm-ups. So heels together, toes apart, right? Squeezing the thighs together. Tail is tucked, belly is in, reaching the arms up, interlace, flip the palms. And we'll take a side stretch over to the right. Let the hips move to the left. Center to inhale, and then exhale over to the other side. And then back to center, releasing. Let's interlace the hands behind the back, lift the chest. Maybe the head drops back. And then releasing that stretch. So we'll take the arms out in front of us. Again, don't let the elbows drop. So you have that circular hug position in the arms. And then from there, don't hold your breath, and we're going to lift the heels up and down. So just warming up the legs a little bit, kicking those heels up and down, up and down, squeezing the thighs together, right? Lots of energy there, pulling the belly in. Tail is tucked. Keep those elbows up to work through those arms, because again, we're not using weight, so it's important to stay in those arms the whole time. Nice strong arms. And then we're pulsing, little pulses for 8. Yes. They're so small you can almost not even see them. And then the next thing we're going to do is add halfway points. So you're going to go half up, half down, half up, half down. So you're really still squeezing the thighs together. You should really start to feel this in your calves. Half down, good. Half up, half down, half up, half down. Always coming back to that pause and not resting for too long on the down. You're kicking right back up. And then we'll hold the heels up and open the arms out and in. Good. Out and in, out and in. Keep those elbows up. Arms should be feeling it. Try to keep your balance. If you lose it, you can always come back up into it. Arms are going overhead and back to shoulder height. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Bellies in. Keep kicking those heels up. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Open out, in, up, down. We're combining. So that was me losing my balance. So keep those heels up if you can. Up and down, out, in, up, down. Good. Out, in, up, down, out, in, up, down, out, in, up, down. Good. And release. Shake everything out. Calves should be feeling it. So we're going to stretch. Take your hands on the wall or a chair and come to like a lunging stance. The back heel should be down and the back toes should be pointing forward. You see me shaking out my leg there because I'm showing that that front leg should be completely loose. There's no weight in the front leg. You're pushing into the back leg. So you're definitely getting that nice calf stretch. And then we're going to turn. So your left hand is on the wall or chair or counter. And then let's take that arm out in front of you. Again, with that elbow up, that's going to be super important this whole class. We're going to come into a releve, so pick the heels up. And then bend the knees, slowly lowering down. Try to keep your back flat as if you were sliding down a wall. And then we're just going to go down and up. Keep kicking those heels up high like you have high heels on the whole time. Down and lift. Down and lift. The tail is slightly tucked. Belly is pulled in. Good. Down and up. Don't tip the torso. Good. Down and up. Down. And then hold it down. Open that arm. Out and in. Out and in. Good. Out and in. Keep that leg position. Your quad should be burning. Arms feeling it too. Out. And now pulse the knees out. 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 Good. Both knees are pulsing out. So you feel that a lot. And then release. And we'll turn around. So other arm is out. And we'll come back to that releve position. So make sure heels are together, toes are apart. Up onto those tippy toes and bend the knees. Coming down and up. Keep that arm out with the elbow up. Down and up. Tail tucked, belly in. Lift. Good. Down and lift. Down and lift. Down and lift. Don't forget to breathe. Open that arm out and in. Out and in. Keep that elbow up. Breathe. Good. You got this. And pulse. This time we're pulsing down instead of out. Good. Quads are on fire. And release. Roll the shoulders out. And we'll turn back to the other side. So we're coming back to that same starting position. Heels together, toes apart. Arm is out. Elbow is up. Come up onto the releve, tippy toes. Bend the knees. This time the movement is the pelvic tilt. So what I'm saying here is you're tucking and then you're going into neutral. You're not sticking your butt out like I just did. You're not doing that. So it's just a little release. It's a tuck and a release to neutral, right? Pull the belly in. Quad should be feeling it a lot. Working the hips too. Keep kicking the heels up. Tuck, release, tuck, release. And now we're pulsing little baby ones. Tuck, 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 tuck. And release down. Turning around. Same setup position. Arm comes out, up into releve. Bend the knees. Tuck, release. Tuck, release. Again, the release is more neutral. Not sticking your butt out. Keep the torso up with good posture. And then we're going to pulse it here. Pulse, 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 pulse. Good, little baby ones. I know they can feel awkward sometimes, but they burn. Good. And release. So we're doing a quad stretch now, so you can turn toward the wall. If you need to lean on something, you're going to grab your right foot with your right hand. What I'm saying here is make sure your heel comes into the butt and you're keeping a tuck in the tail. If you stick your butt out, you won't feel the stretch. Squeeze the knees together and tuck that tail under, and you're going to feel that quad stretch, and then we'll switch. Pull the foot in, bring the knees together, and tuck the tail under to feel the stretch. And we'll go back to the first side. So I'm explaining that the next thing that we're going to do is called a tendu. And tendu just means to stretch, basically. So you're just keeping, so that was what not to do. You're keeping your toe on the ground. You're sliding, basically, the foot out. So you're not kicking the foot out, and you're not bending the knee. A lot of times I feel like people will bend their knees. So you're just sliding out. It seems like it is an easy move. It's not. Your standing leg will feel it even more than the moving leg. You're working your glutes and your inner thighs. And moving my mat because my sticky socks were getting stuck to the mat and I wasn't able to slide very well. So, arm is out again. Remember, let's keep those arms active. Take that leg. We're just going forward and in. Slided it forward and in. So your heels come back together and you squeeze your thighs together. Right? Slide it forward. Good. Slide it forward. Slide it forward. And then you're bringing it back. And now to the side. So out and in. Again, straight leg as you slide it back in. Don't bend the knee. Keep that standing leg strong. And then to the back. Good. So you still have that outward rotation in the leg, and you're working your inner thighs. Get those heels to touch back together. Arm is still up. Good posture here. Then we're going to alternate front, side, and back. Good. Front, side, and back. Front, side, and back. Front, side, and back. Is your standing leg burning? It should be. Good. Front, side, and back. Keep it going. Keep that arm up. I know the arms get tired, but that's how we're working our arms today. And we'll release. Good. Roll it out, shake it out, whatever you need to do. Turn around, and we'll do that tendu set on the other side. Heels together, toes apart. Your arm is out again. Keep that elbow up. I'm going to say it 1,000 times. We'll start to the front. So, tendu, stretch the leg, straight leg to the front, and bring it in. Good. So it might appear that I'm moving a little bit faster in this round, but really I was just following the beat of the music, so it's probably a different song. So now we're going to that side, so just following my video. Good, and to the back. And then alternating front, side, back. Front, side, back. Good. Front, side, back. Look, my elbow has dropped down a bit. Keep that elbow up, girl. Front, side, back. And, ooh, I'm losing my form a little bit there by bending my knee. So no bending of those knees. Keep that leg straight. And release. Good, shake it out. So these subtle cueing, subtle movements is what makes bars so challenging. So that subtle difference between me slightly bending my knee and not will make me work that much harder. All right, so we're doing my favorite sequence, is what I was telling you. It's my go-to ballet conditioning sequence that I love. And we turned back the other way. We're going to start with a batma, which is a kick. So right hand leg behind you, and then kick the leg up. Keep that elbow up. Good. Now when you're kicking, I'm saying you're not collapsing forward like that one. Yes, you're just staying tall. Good posture, using your core. You're using your psoas too to get that leg up high. Pull the belly back, kick and tap back, kick and tap back. Keep it going. And we're going to turn this into a curtsy. So your legs cross at the thighs, high up on the legs. That's what I'm saying there. And then we'll go down into curtsy. Batma to curtsy. Batma to curtsy. Batma to curtsy. Batma to curtsy. Good. Keep that belly in. Don't get sloppy with the torso. Stay upright. Good. Batma to curtsy. Batma to curtsy. And we're going to hold it and pulse. Holding that curtsy, pulsing down. You should feel that burn. We did 2 sets here of pulsing. Keep it going. Now take the leg back up into Batma, and we're pulsing it up. These are so hard, guys. Keep that leg up. Pulse, pulse. You have an outward rotation there. Then bend the knee and flick it out. So it's like you're tapping the other leg and then kicking it out. Kick it out. Nice sharp movement. Keeping that knee up high. Belly in. Good. Couple more. And then we'll keep the foot on the leg. We're doing a passe. So sliding up the leg as you open the arm out. Slide up the leg and down the leg. Slide up the leg and down the leg. Keep that elbow up, belly in, up and down. Open the arm, close the arm. Then we'll hold the arm open and your knee is going to go in and out. In and out. A little rotation there in the hips. Few more in, out, out, and release. Shake it out. Heart rate should be elevated. I know I started sweating at this point. Turn around and let's do the other side. All right, so we'll start with those batmas. So the left leg will come back behind you. You're in your outward rotation. Arm is out, belly is in, and nice strong batma and tap back. Batma, tap back. Remember not to collapse in the torso. Kick and tap. Kick and tap. Good. Kick and tap. Kick and tap. Kick and tap. Clearly you could see that I have a stronger side, and it is my other side, my right side. We're going to our curtsy now, so batma to curtsy. That is just to say that sides are not equal. They never are, and they never will be. Good. Batma, curtsy, batma, curtsy, and hold the curtsy pulse. We're doing 2 sets of 10 here. Pulse, pulse, pulse. You'll feel the burn. Keep that elbow up. It's a good chance. Check your form, belly in, good posture. Then we're going to take that leg up in front of you to that batma position, and you see what I was demonstrating the wrong way to do it. And then we will tap the leg and flick, tap and flick, tap and flick. Good, nice, strong, sharp movement, really tall posture. Our passes are going to be next. So we'll slide down the leg and up the leg, down the leg and up the leg. Arm is going out and in at the same time. Again, checking posture and everything else. Breathe. And then we'll finish that off with the in and out of the knee. In and out. In and out. Keep the elbow up. Good. In, out, in, out, in, out. And release. Take a little walk, shake it out, have water if you need to. All right. So let's come back to our outward rotation. Heels together, toes apart. No wall, chair, or counter for this one. We're going to bend the elbows as high as the shoulders so you're in goddess arms. And we'll take a demi-plie here, so basically bending half down. And we'll circle the elbows, so focusing on the arms, but keeping that leg position. So like you're drawing circles with the elbows. Spread through the fingers, you have lots of energy there. And then reverse. Circling the other way. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to pulse down into the plie. Small little pulses, keeping those arms up. Arms should be burning. And then we'll come to a wider, more of a second position, a wider plie squat. Again, demi's only going halfway down. And we're going to straighten the arms and bend them. Keep the palms forward, keep the elbows up high. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten, maintaining everything else. So that bend in the knees, tail is tucked, belly is in, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Now, circle the arms, keep them out. Circle them, circle, circle, straight arms, don't change the legs. Arms should be killing you, and reverse the circle, circle, circle. You got this. I know it kills because I did it. Trust me, I'm dying while I'm teaching you guys this. Now pulse down to the legs, but keep those arms up. Down and up, down and up. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Down and up, down and up, down and hold. Pulse down into the legs, keep those arms up, don't let them drop. And we'll release. Oh, my arms are killing me there, I could tell. Shake it out. Roll it out. All right. So we're going to turn again. So the left hand is on your wall, chair, counter, whatever that might be for you. and let's step the right foot forward. We're gonna come into a mini lunge. So both legs are bending. You're not doing a long lunge for this, just a little mini lunge. We're working on the arms still, so the focus is on the arms. Turn your right palm back. The arm should be very close to the body, tight into the body, not out. We're gonna start with the hand by the knee and sweep it all the way up as far back as it can go. So this is a long, full range of motion here as we start to get into the arm. So that lifting to the side was just to show you what not to do. So you're going all the way to the knee and all the way back. Pull the belly in, lift it up sharply. Now hold it back behind you and pulse, 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 pulse. Keep it going and lower. Now we're gonna go half the range of motion. So to your hip and up, to the hip and lift, to the hip and lift. Again, tight to the body so we get the tricep working. To the hip and lift, to the hip. Keep those legs bending so the legs should start to be working too. And then we're gonna add those pulses. Pulse, 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 and keep it pulsing. And now keep it behind you and go down towards your butt and lift. Towards your butt and lift. So it's smaller range, deeper. The muscle should be burning. Good. Keep it going. Working the triceps. You don't need any weights to do this. And then we're going to end up pulsing. Little mini baby ones. Pulse. Pulse. Lift higher with every one. Get closer in toward the spine. And release. We're going to reach that arm up and stretch the triceps. So bend the elbow and reach around for the elbow with the other hand. But what I'm saying is you don't want that hand to be far away like that. You want it to be in toward the bent arm that you're pulling in, because then you'll get that contraction in the tricep way more. And then we'll release and we'll turn around to the other side. So the left foot will step forward, coming into that little mini lunge again. Both legs are bending. Left arm down by your side and turn the palm. Full range of motion. So down to the knee and then all the way up and back behind you. Down to the knee and up. Again, keep it tight into the body. Good. Then we're going to add those pulses, little baby ones. Keep it back behind you. And release. Now take it to the hip and lift. To the hip and lift. Pull the belly in. Keep your head neutral. And pulse, 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 pulse. Keep going, and then just smaller range of motion just to the butt and lift, keeping it behind you the whole time. Keep that palm up nice and sharp. You'll notice what side is more strong, which side you can lift higher will tell you that. And then we're gonna add those little baby pulses, little mini ones. Ready and do it. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep it in closer to the spine. Lift higher up with each one. Release. Reach that arm up, bend the elbow, reach around for it with the other hand, but keeping the left hand by the left shoulder, not across to the other shoulder, so you get that stretch. Pull it in toward the head. And then we'll release. I'm getting my mat back because we're going to transition back onto the mat. I'm going to do a little bit more arms. And then, of course, we got to get a little core work in there too, right? So we're going to come down onto the mat. And take the hands down behind you, fingertips in. If you need to rotate them out a little bit, you can. Or if you need to do this on a side of a chair instead, because elevating will make it a little bit easier, you can do that. Just make sure you put the chair against the wall so that you don't slide when you're doing this. So walk your feet in, lift your butt up, but you're not lifting up all the way like we would do in yoga table like that. You're gonna go about halfway, tuck the tail, and then shift your weight back toward the hands, just like that. And then we'll bend the elbows and straighten. Now notice, it is not my hips that are moving, it's my arms only. My body just follows because my arms lower me. Bend and straighten. These are so hard, but really effective in the triceps. And then we're gonna do little mini pulses. Ready, and pulse. Little babies, pulsing and pulsing. And if this is not enough for you, you can always pause and do a second set of any of the things that we just did. All right. That was hard. Now we're going to sweep the legs behind us, and we're going to do a couple sets of push-ups to finish our arm set. So we're going to do a wide set first. So your elbows go wide, not in. They're going to stay out like a classical traditional push-up here. That is your modified option on the knees, or super modified, stay in table position. But full version, you're going to lift the knees up and come into that full plank. Elbows out and come halfway down, and then press straight back up. Half and straighten, half and straighten, half and straighten. Try to keep that body in that long line plank. Unless you need to drop the knees, it's better to drop the knees and not lose your form. We're going to do little pulses, pulse. After this one, baby, baby, baby pulses. I can assure you I'm dying here. Little mini ones. It's going to really fatigue the muscles, and rest. Breathe for a second. I'm telling you guys that I'm dying. You could see that I'm sweating and all flushed. And now we're going to do tricep push-ups. So same exact setup, except that now the elbows will be going in instead of out, more like a yoga push-up. So setting back up into either your full plank, half plank, or table. I'm stalling there, not wanting to do it. Elbows in and straighten. Good. Halfway down and up. Half and lift. Half and lift. You got this. Keep going. If I could do it, you could do it. Trust me. Ready? We're going to add those pulses in a moment. And babies, little ones. Good. Pull the belly in and we'll release. Whew. I don't know what I'm saying there, but I'm sure it's something like, you got this, or that was really hard. Arm work. I am a baby for arm work. I might be saying something like, you really don't need weights, because my arms were burning, so that's probably what was on my mind. Like, you really don't need weights to get that arm workout. So you can take a stretch, interlace the hands behind you, lifting up. Maybe the head drops back. And then let's get into a little bit of core work here. So coming down onto your back, bend the knees, plant the feet. Take the hands behind the thighs. Everybody's arm length is different, so you know how easy you can grab behind the thighs is not the same for everyone. But we're not holding on, really. The hands are just kind of gently placed there. Lift the head and shoulders up. If that's too hard for you, get a ball or something behind your head so that you can be elevated with the support. Chin is tucked, not lifting, and then we're going to pulse. It's such a small movement, as you can see. I am not moving hardly at all. I'm just showing that you could take your hands behind your head if you needed to, but I wasn't telling you to do that, just an example if your neck is bothering you. Good, and then we're going to make them little tiny pulses, like even smaller than you just did. Quick ones. Pulse, 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 pulse. Yeah, and then release. Those little pulses will kill you, getting deep into the core muscles. So from here, let's take the right arm up to the ceiling, and left hand is still behind the thigh, and you're doing your same crunches. So the more you take that arm back, like I just showed you, the harder it is. So you can control that. Then we're going to make them even smaller. Hold, and little baby ones. Ready, and crunch, crunch, crunch. You can almost, you're barely moving, yeah. And release. And we'll switch sides. So the left arm will reach up. Right hand is behind the thigh. Maybe the left arm goes back further for harder. And lifting up. Pulsing. Again, small movements. after we do 10 full ones, we're gonna hold and do little mini, 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 and release. All right, so straightening the legs up. Let's interlace the hands behind the head and lift the shoulders and head up. Look into your belly. One leg will lower. I'm saying here, try to keep your legs as straight as you can. And then we'll twist to the leg that is closer to you and pulse. Pulse. So you're splitting those legs and twisting towards that leg. And then we'll do the other side. So split the legs the other way. Lift up, twist toward the leg that's closer to you, and pulse. Try to keep the elbows wide and really twist from deep in the core. And release. Abs will be feeling that one. From there, extend the legs out, reach the arms up, tuck the chin and roll up using your abs, not momentum. Scoop the belly back, and then we'll roll down super slow. And we're gonna stop at that halfway point and little pulses up and down with the body, not with the arms. That body is going little down, little up, little down, little up, little down, little up, and then all the way up. Flex the feet and fold over the legs with a flat back, lifting the chest as you fold. And then we're gonna roll back down, arms out in front of you. Hold it halfway again, arms come up. And now pulsing again from the body, but now the arms are up, so a little more challenging. You can always go back to the other way if it's too challenging. Body is going down and up, down and up. Holding it, just static hold. You're gonna feel that. Yes, and then we'll release. Open the legs out wide, flex the feet. Hands come down inside the legs, flat back here as well. Stick your tailbone out as you come into the stretch. Breathe. And then we'll release, roll back down slowly using control, and let's take the right knee in and then straighten the right leg up to the ceiling, reach behind the thigh or the calf, flex both feet, drop the shoulders down like you just saw me do. If you need to modify, you can bend the left leg and plant the foot down if you're less flexible in the hamstrings. And we'll release, other leg comes in, reach behind the thigh or calf, drop those shoulders, flex those feet. And release. We'll come up, controlling it with a roll up. And that's it, you're done. I'm saying here, I hope you had a great workout. You can see that you don't need any props at all to really work the body. Total body with just your own body weight. Some bar conditioning. Thank you guys for bearing with my voiceover too. Bye.